Coconut Acres, and today is an exciting day. We are going to be setting some American Bresse hatching eggs and some of our Silky and Cochin hatching eggs in our incubator. We have 9 of our Silky and Cochin eggs, that we're going to be setting in our incubator, and then we're going to be setting 13 American Bresse eggs as well. If you are not familiar with American Bresse is originally a French chicken. They were called the French Bresse, and they were brought over to the United States. It's been a few years ago. They've been around. They weren't as popular until it's been the last couple years. They have really just been snowballing and become a very, very popular homestead chicken. A lot of you have probably heard of them. If you haven't, here's some facts about them. The American Bresse was originally called the French Bresse. They were brought over to America, and we were no longer allowed to call them the French Bresse anymore, so then they were named the American Bresse. They are the red, white, and blue chicken. They are white chickens with red, bright combs and steel blue legs. The hens lay about 4 to 5 eggs a week, and the egg is a large brown egg. They are a true dual-purpose breed, meaning they are known for their meat and their meat quality and their laying quality. The males will reach about 6 to 7 pounds at 16 weeks, and the females will be 4 to 5 pounds. The hens start laying at about 16 weeks as well. So not only are they ready to be processed at 16 weeks, which is just 4 months, but they also start laying, which is amazing because for most dual-purpose breeds, they don't start laying until they're at least 6 months old, sometimes even 8 months old. So when you are looking at what kind of breed of chicken you want to be able to breed, a lot of people, they do get Cornish cross, which is a great chicken. I'm not saying they're not. But for the most part, you have to rely on a hatchery to be able to get those chicks in, to raise them up, to get meat to put in your freezer. With these American Bresse, you can keep them. They're a heritage breed, meaning you can raise them from a chick all the way to full grown, and then they will reproduce more eggs and more chicks for you, and so it's a never-ending circle as long as you can get them established on your farm. They're a very hardy breed. They love to forage. I am just so excited to have these birds. I originally learned about these birds back in, I want to say it's the beginning of 2021, maybe 2022. I actually learned about them from Sarah and Kevin at Living Traditions Homestead. They did a video introducing a lot of homesteaders to this breed. I know for a fact I had never heard about them, and I've been in the chicken world probably at least the last 4 or 5 years, and I know about all kinds of different breeds, but I had never heard of the American Bresse. So hearing it from them and then doing my own research, I realized that it was definitely a breed that we wanted here on our homestead. And they got their chicks, they got them from North Star Farms, and that's who we messaged, and we were wanting to get chicks from them as well. But we got lost in the big wave of people that were trying to get chicks from them. And so it took probably about 6 months, and I finally messaged them and was like, hey, how far down your waiting list are we? And they admitted, sorry, we dropped the ball. We just had so many people messaging us and inquiring about chicks that we lost you. We'll get you on our next waiting list. And I said, okay, great. And then by the time that it came around to be our turn on the next waiting list, I was literally 3 days away from being, it was my due date to have Rory. And so they messaged us on Sunday, and we're like, hey, we can ship chicks out to you tomorrow if you're ready for them. And I was due on Wednesday, and so I was like, no, let's, bump us down later in the list, so that way we're not trying to deal with, getting chicks and everything, which actually ended up working out great because they messaged Sunday, and I had Rory. My water broke a Monday evening, and we had Rory Tuesday morning. So going to the post office on Wednesday to go pick up chicks, probably, I'm not saying couldn't happen, but it would have been a lot to try to handle. So we ended up saying, let's bump it. And so they bumped it down to, and it was like right before Christmas. They were like, hey, we're still getting chicks. Do you want some? It's your turn. And again, we were like, okay, well, we just don't have a good setup for the winter months. We'll message you, in the spring when we're ready, and we'll go from there. And then that was this year, spring. Well, so yeah, it was 2022, last year when they introduced us to the American Bresse. And then this year, 2023, we spent the whole spring remodeling our house, and so we've just been super crazy. And I've been meaning to reach out to North Star Farms to get American Bresse from them. But we actually ended up meeting a family here locally. Sadie and I ended up meeting them at a sewing group that they had here locally in one of the little bit bigger towns close to ours. And we met this family, and they do a lot of homesteading just like we do. And so we just got to talking about their pigs and then their chickens. And then she said American Bresse, and my eyes lit up. And she was like, you know what American Bresse, the breed is? And I was like, yeah. And so we started talking, and one thing led to another, and we ended up getting some hatching eggs. And I'm so excited to be able to finally have my hands on them and be able to hatch out some chicks. So, no, needless to say, I'm beyond excited. This is probably one of my most excited hatches that we are going to have for sure for 2023, possibly ever, because I have truly just wanted the American Bresse chicken for a long time. Like, not only are they just a gorgeous chicken, but they're an amazing dual-purpose bird, and they're a great meat bird. Like, we want to be able to be self-sufficient, and being able to get that in check, like, that's a check mark. Like, woo, chicken, self-sufficient, done. Like, as long as we continue to breed them and keep, keep all that up, and they are a very hardy breed. They do go broody. So I'm just excited. I'm very excited to be able to add them and have a secured meat source here on our homestead. So let's get this going. We are gonna go ahead and get these eggs set together, and then I will be candling at 1 week with you guys. And then I think I'm gonna break up the two videos because I don't want it to be too long, and then it be kind of like run on, and then you want to watch the end. But we'll go ahead. We'll do. I'll get the eggs set, and we'll candle them at 1 week, and then that will be video 1. And then on video 2, we will candle at 2 weeks, and then we will candle right before lockdown. And then hopefully I can do a little time lapse of one of the chicks actually hatching. I don't know yet, but we will see. I will try my best to get that, because that's one of my favorite things to see, is just when they start peeping and then they get all the way around and they come out of their shell for the first time. It's an amazing thing to watch, and I love watching it. We are going to be using a Nurturite 360 incubator. It holds 22 eggs. Like I said, we have 13 American Bresse eggs. So we are going to be setting 9 of our Silky and Cochin eggs. And yeah, I'm excited to get these set. Been a week, and I am so eager to candle these eggs and see how they are developing. So I'm going to get them set up and try to get the camera set up to where I can hopefully be able to show y'all what that looks like as we candle these eggs, and what I'm looking for and what you can look for when you're checking to see if your eggs are developing. So yeah, just stick around and I'll see if I can't get these candled. Okay guys, that is egg 1. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up. It looks like it's a little blurry. Let me see if I can't turn this light off. There we go. Okay, you see this right here? That really dark spot is actually the eyeball, and then there's a little chick growing. So this is one of our American Bresse eggs that we are going to be hatching. I'm going to go ahead and candle all the breast eggs first, and then we will. Okay, so this egg here, see there's no dark spots, and it's clear. You can't see any like veins or anything. So this one is not developing. I'm not going to say it's infertile. I'm just going to say that it is not developing. Ooh, this egg is good. Oops, sorry. See, it's really hard. My camera's not picking it up the greatest, but it is kind of picking up that black center and the little veins. But that one is doing good. And then we will do this one. This one looks like it has a vein that started right here. But it doesn't look like it is developing past that point. I'm going to go ahead and leave it just in case. This is one of our either silkies or cochins. I did not mark these. I should have, but I did not. And you can see there's veins there. So that one is developing. This one is not. So we'll set that one next to it. We'll go ahead and we'll start right back here. Yep, there's a chick developing. That's one of the American Bresse eggs. This is one of our silkies or cochins. That one's not developing. That American Bresse egg is looking good. I'm super eager to add these breasts to our farm. I'm not really, on our silky and cochin eggs, I don't think we're going to get the greatest hatch on them. I've actually had those eggs sitting on our counter, stored for quite some time. Here, let me actually point the camera somewhere useful. There's another chick developing right there. And then that one's looking good. I'm going to put that in the center. It's hard to look and see what I'm doing and point the camera at the same time. So excuse me if it's like really hard to follow. But look at that. I wish this camera was a little better. You'd be able to see it, but you see that little chick right there? That little dark spot right by my thumb? That is a little chick developing. The silky or cochin egg. That's going to go in the center as well. The breast looks good. Looks good. Looks good. These breast eggs are doing great developing. I'm super excited. Okay, so this is one of the silkier cochin eggs. And it looks like something tried to develop, but like I said, just, you know, something happened and it just did not. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that one. That one looks good. That one looks good. And this is another one of our little cochin silky eggs. So altogether, no, they're not going to hatch yet, baby. We got a couple more weeks. Okay, so altogether we ended up with, ooh, let me go ahead and turn the light back on. No, they're not chickies yet. Let me get the light back on. Turn this off. Okay, so altogether we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. One of the American Bresse eggs. Hold on, let me check. I think it was it this one? Yeah, this one had started to develop. You can see, okay, so this is like a started to develop egg, but is no longer developing. You can tell by the way that looks compared to, say, this egg that
you can tell, you know, you can see that. I know, I see too. See that black little speck floating around? It's really hard. I'm sorry, I do not have the best camera, but that one is developing and doing good. And so, yeah, I'm gonna get all these eggs kind of even back out, and we'll bring you back for when we candle at 2 weeks.